What's going on, everybody? This is your man Lyndon Britt from successwithlyndon.com, also the founder of Home Run Marketing, where we cover all bases of your business. So if you're catching this recording, when you hop on here, you want to fast forward about 2 minutes because that's where the content's going to be. I just want to let you know that right now. But I got to ask you a question before you do that. Okay? How much do you value your teaching? So as I get ready to go into this lesson, I really want you to think about that. It's going to make a huge difference in how you view this message. All right. So in about 2 minutes, the content's going to begin. But I want you to think about that as you begin to go forward. As you hop in here, let me know where you're looking, where you're viewing from. I am in the wonderful, now not so sunny Dallas, Texas, but it still feels great outside. We're getting a little bit of rain, so we're not burning up with 100-degree weather. So as you hop in here, just let me know where you're chiming in from, where you're viewing from. I get a chance to meet people all over the world. And I also ask that you do that because you never know who you're right next to, man. Might be people within the same city, right within arm's distance of you. You just never know. So it gives the opportunity to be able to connect with other people that hop on here as well. But today, we're going to be covering the topic, hold on to your teachings. This is something that was this was a message that kind of resonated with me very well as I began to read on things, and I instantly thought about who I wanted to talk about as this thing came alive. So got about another minute and a half, something like that, as we begin to get into this thing, as people hop in while Facebook is building my audience. So if you're viewing this, appreciate you hopping on right now. And just to let you all know, I toss this out there right now. The way I do my teachings right now, the way I do my lives right now, a few of these, it has been placed on me to do this just like this. So anything that I read, like I said, I read from the Bible, a few verses from the Bible before I get ready to go in. It's not me taking the Bible out of context. Just FYI, it's not me taking the Bible out of context. I'm showing you how I apply the word of God to my business. So a lot of stuff that I see in business, a lot of stuff that I see in the Bible, I can relate to my business. And that's how I kind of intertwine the two. So FYI, I don't think that's not what the Bible means. Okay, so I understand that is how I apply the word of God to my business. All right, so got about another minute, maybe less than that, couple of seconds, but I appreciate you all hopping on here. Like I said, when you hop in, let everybody know where you're viewing from. Today, we're going to be covering the topic of hold on to the teachings. Hold on to the teachings. All right. So Facebook been doing a couple of funky things. So if it happens to get cut off, a few of my lives have gotten cut off, I'm going to come right back on to finish up the thing. So just to let you all know, and it is time. So we're about to dig into this thing. So today, we're going to be speaking on John chapter 8, verses 31 and 32. All right. John chapter 8, verse 31, 32. And I tell you, I urge you, as you see these things, go out and read these things for yourself. Go out and read these. Don't just take my word for it. Find out. So John chapter 8, verse 31, 32. To the Jews who had believed in him. This was Jesus actually talking. Jesus said, if you hold to my teachings, you are really my disciples. Verse 32. Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Mark Dunn, good to see you, man. Appreciate you hopping in here. All right, so I'm going to read that again. This is Jesus talking in verse 31 of John chapter 8. If you hold to my teachings, you are really my disciples. Verse 32, then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. So once again, I let you all know this is not me taking the Bible out of context, but this is how I apply the word of God to my business. All right. So I relate a lot of what I read in the Bible to how I run my business and things that I do in my business. So when I get to thinking about that, it said, if you hold on to your teachers, you're really my disciples. I've got two leaders, which I really have a huge, I have a huge heart for, a huge thanks to be able to go out. And I actually tagged them in this video. One's name is Brian Finale, and the other name is Norbert Orlowitz. I can't really pronounce his last name. Forgive me. I just called him Norbert. All right. So Brian and Norbert, two of the guys that I value so much because of what they've done for my business, for myself, for my mindset. They've changed a whole lot. Marcus, what's going on, man? Appreciate you hopping in this thing. But so I have a question for you. When it says, if you hold on to my teachings, you're really my disciples. Do you really follow someone's teachings? When someone is instructing you to do something, are you really following what they say? Okay. And you get a lot of questions when you get to talking about following someone. The question is how do you follow someone? Okay. When you follow someone, you do what's being taught. You actually apply the things that's being taught, which is a step that is highly missed in a lot of people in this industry. They say, I'm growing a business, I'm growing a business, I'm growing a business. Then a lot of people come along and and you have instructions to follow and stuff like that, and you only do the parts that you feel like doing. That's a major reason why a lot of people don't get the results that they say. Brian Finale and a lot of team in Norbert's, they actually put out a PDF, the 5 steps to fire your boss. 5 steps to fire your boss. If you want access to that, I can get you that. And it's going to cost you because it's valuable. It's more valuable than you know. So it's going to cost you, just FYI. And I know it's not $1 million, okay? But it's worth $1 million if you follow it. But the reason why a lot of people don't see the success is because they can have the blueprint from the people that have it right before you. They have the blueprint sitting right in front of them, but they only choose to do the things that they feel like doing. I can do this. I'm comfortable with doing that. I'm comfortable doing this, but I can't do that, and I won't do that. They pick and choose the things that they want to. All right. If you agree, appreciate, just like my boy Marcus, throw me some thumbs up. If you agree, throw me some thumbs up. How many times have you tried to teach somebody something and you've given them step after step after step, but they only pick and choose the ones that they feel comfortable doing? That's the reason why a lot of people don't achieve the success that they want, because they start picking the things that they want to do rather than instructions that's going to get them the success that they seek. All right. When do you apply the things that's being taught? Okay. When do you apply the things that are being taught? My suggestion, as has been taught from me before, Brian would say, sit down one night before. You sit down and you're going to plan your day out the next day. This is going to plan your day. When you begin to plan your day out, you have a structure for how you want to run. Everything won't always run 100%, but when that happens, it happens. Stuff just happens. So what happens if you plan your day out and no kind of emergency comes about? You know what time you have to be able to begin to implement the things that are taught to you. Okay, if you follow the teaching, it shows you're really my disciples. Now, this isn't saying that I'm not saying Brian and Norbert are Jesus. I'm not saying either one of them in that. Like I said, I'm applying it to my business. But these are the people that have laid the foundation to be able to help a lot of marketers grow their business. So if you're following their teachings, trust me, they have the success that a lot of people want. They get the 7 and 8 figures or whatever that a lot of people in marketing wish they had. But when they give the instructions on what to do to follow them, a lot of people just pick and choose. When do you do it? You plan your day a day ahead. When you begin to plan, hey, I've got to wake up this day. Guess what? Sometimes you may have to lose some sleep. Get up 30 minutes to an hour and a half early if you have to, whatever. Depends on, look at how dedicated you are to give that extra time to be able to become successful in your business. Plan your day ahead. If you know you have a packed schedule, guess what? I'm going to wake up an hour earlier. I highly suggest that you do an hour earlier, because at the end of the day, after everything that you've done had exerted all of your energy, a lot of times you don't even feel like staying up that hour later, or you may be too exhausted and you're falling asleep and you dozing off that hour later at the end of your day. So I highly suggest that you wake up an hour early and begin to do the things that you want to get accomplished. So you plan out your day. Maybe you have to go to work. Maybe you got to pick up the kids. You drop off the kids. You got to do whatever little chores you got to run. Like, look, I know I typically sit down for maybe 30 minutes to an hour for lunch. Guess what? That's when you begin to implement those things that they taught. Say, I've got 30 minutes right here. Let's utilize that 30 minutes to start, whether it's connecting with people on social media, whether it's writing a blog post, whether it's writing your letters, whether it's studying, if you reading a book, a personal development book, to be able to learn how to better yourself, because that's a huge thing. A lot of people fail because they don't believe in themselves. So personal development is a highly suggested thing from Brian and Norbert. Okay. From a lot of the MLSP people. If you're looking to figure out how to learn a certain technique, whatever, if you have a few minutes to apply to look into some training, utilize that time that you have. If you wake up an hour early and you're able to do those things an hour early. Next question is why? Why is because the people that are telling you to do it know how to succeed. They've achieved the things that you want to achieve, and they're trying to put it before you. Matter of fact, not even trying, they're putting it before you for you to be able to see what you need to do to achieve that success. But you got your blinders on. It's like you're looking through blinds. You ever seen somebody at your front door and your blinds are halfway open and you kind of peeking in? You know they can't see through the blinds because of the angle that it is, but you can't get a full picture of what it is you're looking at because you got those lines in between. That's how you're doing your business. Okay, get those blinders off so you can see the full picture of what it is that the people are trying to show you. It makes a huge difference when you begin to implement everything they tell you. not just bits and pieces. So there are a lot of things that I've been missing in my marketing that I kind of pick and chosen, and I saw the results. I saw very minimal results. I saw results, but very minimal. Had I taken the time to do everything that I was taught, like I say, and I love speaking from a personal standpoint, because I want you to know that if you're doing this, you're not doing this alone. You hadn't done this alone. All right. Matter of fact, I'm going to ask you, if you're getting some value from this right now, there's a share button on the bottom left-hand side of your screen where you get ready to put your comments in and stuff like that. Hit that share button, because it's a lot of people that need to hear this, that I feel need to hear this, and they could benefit in their business from it as well. So share this thing out. Please share this thing out. All right. The next thing, he said, verse 32, then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. So what do you mean by the truth will set you free? What is it that you're seeking? See, a lot of people are seeking financial freedom. They want to be debt free. They want to be boss free. They want to be free from time restrictions. They want to be happy. They want to be able to live life. Now, the people that are training you or sending you or giving you this information, they've passed this stuff down. This is stuff that I have access to that they've given me. And I was like, you know what? I'm starting to see results in this thing, because of one thing is I've become consistent when doing what I'm told. I have started to become consistent. When I first began this thing on June 22nd, I started a 90-day life change, and I began doing that 90-day life change and I know a lot of people are viewing like, I want to see if he's really going to stick this whole 90 days out. But guess what? Day 90 was this past Thursday. I stuck that thing out from 90. I got rank advancement. I started getting commissions. I started getting into webinars, started making more connections to where I actually start seeing some growth in my business because of the consistency that I did. And guess what? I don't call it a 90-day challenge, because guess what? Right now I'm on phase 2 of my 90-day life change. My boy Riley said, we limit ourselves and wonder why the results don't change. That's exactly why. We limit ourselves. That comes to that personal development of what I spoke about earlier. We limit ourselves and expect the results to change. Why? You cannot limit yourself, okay? But for the most important part, when you've got people that are instructing you in a place of position, they're in a position that you want to be in, why not follow the instructions of your teacher? Why not follow the instructions of your teacher? Brian Finale, I thank you so much. Norbert, I appreciate you so much for the things that you have laid out. MLSP Foundation, they have given me the tools. Matter of fact, and you have access to this too right now. If you're viewing this, if you're watching the recording, anything, I need you to get in contact with me, whether you by Facebook, successwithlinden.com, and you can be added to my newsletter, any of that. But the tools that Brian Finale of Norbert, when they began this company, have provided me, I'm just going to give you some of the tools. A blogging platform. What good does a blogging platform do? Somebody said I'm not a blogger. Guess what? Neither was I a few months ago. But guess what? When I began to fund, they said you need to write a blog. You don't have to. It's your choice. It's your business. But I'm telling you the value behind a blog. Number one, how many times have you run upon content that's on the internet that may be years old? You can Google something and find something that was probably posted years ago. That's the same way your content is on your blog. Imagine putting out a blog today, and years from now, somebody does a search and still runs across your blog with your content that may have some opportunity that you still present at the time, and someone joins your business. When you put out a blog, it lasts forever when you put that thing out on the internet. So imagine having your content floating for eternity that a lot of people can figure out. They provided me with a blogging platform. Thank you. Another thing they provide me, tons of training. When I'm trying to figure out, a lot of people use YouTube, they use Google, all that kind of stuff. They do different search engines. Guess what? A lot of training. They provided us with 8 years of training in our back office for MLSP. 8 years of training on different things from a lot of top earners that have come through, that still are with and come and gone with MLSP. I don't care if you're talking about Facebook, if you're talking about personal development, if you're talking about prospecting, if you're talking about closing, they have all that training that they've given me access to. All of that training. Thank you, Brian and Norbert. They have inspirational calls still happening to this very day, Monday through Friday at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. I think it's 11 o'clock Eastern. Every single morning, Monday through Friday, and they're not late. They're getting you hop on that call, and the best thing about that, see, I was talking to somebody about support. Somebody was considering this, but didn't want to do it because they didn't know if they have a support. Guess what? I got a chance to meet somebody from where was that? Not Switzerland. It was from a whole nother country. Met someone from Germany a couple of months ago at our big event. Met some New Zealand. That's what it was. New Zealand, I believe it was. And meet people from all over the world. And you can hear them come into this call for a few minutes when they introduce themselves, coming from around the world. This platform connects people around the world and gives them the instructions to learn how to grow their business. Every single morning, Monday through Friday. And guess what? It's not just one or two people talking. They've got tons of leaders that come in there and give you inspirational advice, as well as actual tips that you can apply to your business to teach you how to get better results. See, that's not saying, a lot of people are like, well, I'm getting results in my business. Well, so was I. I was getting results. But they teach you how to get better results, how to get more results, more out of the effort that you're putting. Imagine being able to be, as I was a swimmer. It took less effort for me to swim than it did most people because I knew technique. I knew how to glide. I knew how to rotate my body. I knew how to streamline. I knew how to flip turn to come off the wall, pushing hard. And a lot of people looked at my size and they underestimated me. See, that's what a lot of people do in marketing. They look at these people just based on their appearance and they underestimate them, not realizing the power that they have because they know techniques. And this is what they teach on those calls. You have access. Those calls are absolutely free. If you want access to get on that call, it's not a promotional call to say, hey, come join me. This is our business. This is our business. It's actually giving free advice, free techniques, free inspirational, and free tips to be able to help you grow your business. If it's something for you, you can contact the person that told you about the call. And if it's something for you, connect with them. If you're seeing this, hop on that call. It's free. Inbox me and I will get you the number. What's going on, Mr. Daniel Morris? Another thing they provide me, multiple ways to create income. So many people want to, so many people are focused on money. Check this out. The one thing they always say, the income you earn is very directly with the amount of value you put into the industry. So if you're not making a lot of money, if you're not making a lot of money, you may need to look at the amount of value that you're putting out. And trust me, just posting your link and telling a lot of people to join your business, or tagging a lot of people in your post, or adding a lot of people to your groups, or whatever it may be that you're doing, that's not sharing value. That's not sharing value. You got to give somebody something that they can actually put to use, that is of value, that builds a following, that actually has people want to give money. They want to help you. They want to be a part of your team. They want to be a part of your circle. They want to be able to come to you for advice. See, that's when you're providing value, when you got people coming to you asking you about things. That's when you start providing value, and that's when the income. But they have multiple streams of income that can actually help you grow your business in there. So it comes from stuff that I have access to be able to make money on products that I didn't have to make, products that I didn't have to put together. I didn't have to do all this stuff. What's going on, Ganesh? Good to see you, man. And most of all, and I'm not going to make this one long. This is my last thing. The one and greatest thing that Brian and Norbert gave me for my business and for myself was peace of mind. A lot of people say, well, okay, so how can somebody give you peace of mind by providing you with a blog, training, inspirational calls, streams of income? Reason being because they provided me with so much value in actually teaching me how to market myself. See, a lot of people look at My Lead System Pro as a lead generation company, platform, stuff like that. It's not an MLM because you don't get paid levels deep from people that come into it. I look at it as a branding platform. Brian and Norbert, if you're looking at this, you run across the scene, you see this, I don't even call it, we ought to call it My Brand System Pro. No, I'm just kidding. But I consider this thing as a branding platform. It shows you how to brand yourself before the company, which is one thing I always talk about. But they have given me peace of mind because they have shown me that if I consistently do the things that they have taught, just like I said, if you hold to my teachings, you are really my disciple. You can consider me and what is a disciple? Matter of fact, let me say that. What is a disciple? A disciple is a student. Okay, a disciple is a student. What's going on, Quentin? A disciple is a student. Okay, so if I'm holding on to their teachings, I'm a student of their teachings. And it says, verse 32, then you will know the truth and the truth will set you free. Guess what? If I'm continuously holding on to their teachings and I'm implementing the things that they're saying, guess what? Eventually I'll be set free. Those things that I wanted, that financial freedom, that debt freedom, the things that I want in my life, the things that I'm trying to accomplish, be boss free, not restricted to a specific time. I don't have to ask for permission to take off time for a vacation. Matter of fact, only being able to vacate from my job once or twice a year. Put in thousands of hours of work to be able to only take 2 weeks off, 52 weeks in a year. And you're only able to take 2 of them off from a job. Any other time you got to ask for permission. How much freedom is that? See, that's what I'm saying. You get to following those teachings, guess what? Eventually, and you implement everything that you're saying. Keyword, everything. Don't pick and choose. Keyword, everything. You implement everything that they're teaching, everything that they're instructing. You can become financially free. You can find the things. I'm not throwing out an exact number saying you can make this amount of money, and I'm not giving you a time frame on when it can happen, because that depends on your efforts. But that comes down to how bad do you want it? Are you willing to lose that sleep? Are you willing to not hang out sometimes? Are you willing to not just go out to eat to be able to save that money to buy that training that you saw? You know, most of the time it's easy to go spend $40 or $50 at one dinner that you go out with you and another friend. A few drinks, entree, appetizer, dessert, whatever. It's easy to spend $50 on top of a tip. But then you see a lot of people, once that money's gone, it's gone. You're not getting that back. But if you invest in a training, you invest in a course or something that's going to teach you of some value that you can actually create an income from, it's funny how a lot of people say, I don't have the money for that. It's funny how a lot of people don't want to invest in themselves to be able to use that education that you learn to get that money back, rather than spend it on something that'll be gone. Once it's gone, it's gone. So, Brian and Norbert, thank you for the platform that you created, because you have given me a peace of mind of knowing that my financial freedom is right around the corner as my efforts grow. This is my second phase to my 90-day life change. I have a blueprint, you all. I've been given a blueprint of what I'm running to be able to grow my business, become the things that I want to become, and do the things that I want to do. A lot of people say, well, how can you show me how to make money? Guess what? I have made money. I just hadn't made the amount that I want yet. So that's exactly why I'm working even harder right now. If you need some help growing your business, if you want to run with me. I'm looking for people like Diane Hockman. It's one of my other mentors, one of the top leaders in MLSP. She said, I'm looking for people that are looking for me. So if you're looking at this and you're not even interested in this, that's completely fine. I still ask that you share this, because somebody that you know are looking for an opportunity to be able to find that freedom that they want in their life, and they're ready to take that next step. So I want some folks that are looking for me. I want some folks that want somebody. See, they want the opportunity, but they really want somebody to run with. You ever find that pack of lions? You ever notice how a lot of like lions and hyenas and all that kind of stuff, when you look at certain animals, they run in packs? You got certain people that are looking for those packs to run in. So if you're looking for somebody to run with to grow your own business, successwithlendon.com, you can contact me. Matter of fact, you can email me. You can comment on this post. You can send me an inbox, and you can, any way you get in contact with me, hop on my newsletter, whatever it may be. We've got a squad that's running. MLSP, it will be, test it out. Test it out for yourself. All the things that I provided, those are only a few of the things that I've mentioned that I have to thank Brian and Norbert for giving to me. And you have access to the same thing. And guess what? It's not a pocket breaker. A lot of people look like, well, I can't afford that. Yes, you can. A lot of people drink coffee every day that they go buy, not that they make it home. Guess what? The amount that it takes for you to buy a cup of coffee every day, it won't even cost you that much for this system. All right. So, but I'm about to get out of here. If you found this message of value, hold on to the teachings. When you learn something, if you truly follow somebody, I don't care what top market it is, if there's a mentor that you have for your life, if you're truly learning something, if you truly have a teacher and you're their student, you're their disciple, as you want to call it, and you really call yourself a student, a good student does what he's taught. You don't take this stuff and hold it in. A good teacher does what he's taught. Okay, go out and do the thing. Implement the things that your teacher is sharing with you. All right. And if you found this thing of value, like I said, there's a share button down there. Share this thing out. The reason I ask, I don't care what organization you in, what business you in. Guess what? If somebody in your downline, your own downline, somebody I'm not connected with as you are, sees a video like this and it makes a drastic change in their life, their actions, their whatever difference that it is, that it makes a difference in them, and they begin taking actions based on, maybe it's you trying to teach them. Maybe it's you trying to teach them and they're not listening. They're only doing things, but you share this out and they say, okay, maybe I do need to listen to my teacher, and they begin to take action. How does that benefit your business as well? One of the most greatest things I heard Brian Finale say is the most unselfish thing you can do. No, he said the most selfish thing you do is be unselfish. Because when you unselfish and you share those things, guess what? A lot of things that you want are going to start coming to you. Why? Because you provide value. If it's the money that you want, share value. Give it away. Give it to people. And guess what? Eventually, guess what? That money's going to come to you. So share this thing out. It's going to be a lot of people that you can make some life changes with, that sees a message like this that hold a great impact to them. So I'd appreciate it. I'm pretty sure they would appreciate it too. I'm about to end this thing. You can connect with me on successwithlinden.com. And if you're ready to start running with the pack, hop on. Heavy hitters. All right. So y'all have a blessed day. I'm about to get out of here. And there's one thing that I want you to read. The one thing I really want you to do as you begin to go out here and go about your day right now, I want you to rethink branding. Okay, we go with the hashtag. I got a friend of mine that does this. This is his company, so you can't take this. It's already taken. Hashtag rethink branding. Hashtag rethink branding. All right, you got to Google. That guy's always making. He's already making. His name is Prince. He's already making some big moves in his branding and stuff like that. And I commend you for that, Prince. Richard, I commend you for that. Keep doing those things. If you all are ready to run, hit me up. All right. So y'all have a blessed day. About to get out of here. When I end this thing, you're going to see a notifications on button. Make sure you cut that notifications on so you never miss a single live that I go. And once again, Brian Finale and Norbert, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being that teacher. I'm your disciple, man. I'm your student. I'm following the footsteps, doing what I need to do, and I'm out of here. Y'all have a blessed one. Great info. Hey, I appreciate it. The best investment you can make is in yourself. That's the truth, Marcus. All right. Y'all have a blessed day. See y'all later.